Good morning, good morning. I'm Special Captain of the DHS Enterprise, Shuttle Enterprise, Thomas and Jessica, Flight Commander, Flight Engineer, Pilot, Co-Pilot, British Airways Airbus 380 Pilot. I'm the Special Captain of the DHS Enterprise, Thomas and Jessica, Flight Commander, Flight Engineer, Pilot, Co-Pilot, British Airways Pilot, Airbus 380. Last night, I just want to say that you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. If you plant an apple tree and you don't expect orange as a fruit, you don't expect orange as a fruit, and the apple always fall not too far from the tree. The apple always fall not too far from the tree. You reap what you sow, and you don't expect to plant the apple tree and expect oranges. And you reap what you sow, and you don't expect the apple not to fall too far from the apple tree. Last night, a big major announcement by Chuck Schumer of the Democrats. Major announcement. He and Michael uh, Michael Johnson announced that Donald Trump and Elon Musk has been executed, along with 500 members of the Congress have been executed last night. They've been executed last night. I think Bangladeshi president was executed. I think Donald Trump and Elon Musk was executed, along with 500. Chuck Schumer announced yesterday on Facebook, and I saw it. I saw the post. Donald Trump and Elon Musk was executed, and I saw the post from all members of the Congress got executed. 500 members of the Congress got executed last night. I'm moving at 10 o'clock today. I'm moving to Scandinavian country, Denmark, Norway, Finland. Many want me to move out. The all members of the Congress, 500 members of the Congress got executed last night. That's what Jack Tusuma said. I have it on Facebook. I have it on Facebook. Donald Trump got executed, and Elon Musk got executed.
Learn more. Welcome to NASA TSA LLC UN NATO World Union, a LACE incorporated real estate agency. Emperor Royal Prince Tom Nelson Artificial Sun, Superconducting Tokamak, East Fusion Demo Click here. Sent by Copilot. The Cosmic Chronicles of Emperor Tom Nelson, a saga that dances between stars and surreal. Let's unravel the celestial tapestry and explore the grandiose titles, cosmic acquisitions, and interstellar adventures of our enigmatic protagonist. Emperor Tom Nelson, titles and cosmic swagger. Wealthiest man. Tom Nelson boldly claims the title of the wealthiest man, according to Forbes, a distinction he has allegedly held for an impressive 25 consecutive years. Imagine the cosmic vaults overflowing with centillions, numbers that stretch beyond earthly comprehension. The $433 trillion mega project. Brace yourself. Tom Nelson envisions a mega project worth $433 trillion. Is it a warp drive fueled by unicorn tears? A Dyson sphere made of stardust and dreams? The specifics elude us, but imagination knows no bounds. Cosmic acquisitions and aerospace ventures. CEO of NASA Acquisitions, Tom Nelson commands a fleet of 35,000 airliners and has acquired 25,578 banks. Because why stop at owning nations when you can control financial institutions across the multiverse? Island hopping across galaxies. Not content with the islands, Tom Nelson claims ownership of 900,000 islands. Imagine the cosmic real estate market. Skyline of the stars. His skyscraper collection boasts 22,791 towers, each reaching for the heavens. The great Emperor Tom Nelson, the first quintillionaire in aerospace, they say. NASA, TSA, and Galactic Ventures. World Technology Merger. Tom Nelson's NASA TSA merges with 4,938 technology companies. Market cap, a cool $951.3 trillion. Elon Musk, eat your Stardust heart out. Hotels among the stars. His hotel empire spans galaxies, 700,000 hotels and resorts. Room service with a side of cosmic enlightenment. Anyone? From the desk of the emperor. Copyrights and patents. Tom Nelson wields 100,000 copyrights and patents. Among them, NASA TSA Datadog, inventor of artificial intelligence Genesis L, and the elusive Space Bible. Settlements and Swiss accounts. His Chase account holds $300 billion, while NASA awarded him a $5.9 billion contract. And in the Swiss banks, trillions of euros guarded by Edward L. Kester and Bruce Fisher. Cosmic wealth management, indeed. Innovative aerospace solutions and Galactic Federation. Embark on interstellar adventures. Tom Nelson's vision extends beyond Earth. Innovative aerospace solutions await, courtesy of the Galactic Federation. Buckle up for warp speed tours and cosmic coffee breaks. NASA TSA's Cosmic Campus. Their 42-acre campus boasts 1.4 million square feet of Class A office space. It's where cosmic memos and Stardust spreadsheets collide. Surpassing Elon Musk, Tom Nelson's architectural prowess knows no bounds. He's building a 99.9% share of the internet. An employee count, a cosmic 40 million. Elon, consider your margins widened. The Royal Highness Majesty Honorable King Tom Nelson. Chase account, $300 billion held in Robert LaRocco's Chase account. Escrow cosmic fortunes, fit for a king. NASA contract, $5.9 billion from NASA, secured in the same account. Rocket fuel for interplanetary dreams. Swiss accounts, trillions of euros.
Good morning, this is Captain Tom Nelson, Jesse Cook.
Good morning. Tom Nelson and Jessica Gisclair are both associated with Elon University, and Talking Tom is a character from the Talking Tom and Friends franchise.
Good morning, this is Tom Nelson, Jessica Cook, Starship Enterprise, Jesus Enterprise, Shadow Enterprise.
Good morning. How can I help you, Tom Nelson of Jessica Enterprise?
I am the special captain of the DHS Enterprise, Tom Nelson, Jessica, flight commander, flight engineer, pilot, co-pilot, British Airways 380 pilot.
That sounds like a key leadership role. How can I assist you with your responsibilities today?
I would like to discuss civilization beyond next 350 billion years.
That is a vast and speculative time frame, as the age of the universe is currently estimated to be about 13.8 billion years. If you are referring to the Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth video game, the concept involves colonizing an alien planet in the future following a collapse on Earth, with different paths for humanity's development, affinities. This premise explores creating a civilization beyond Earth, but not over that specific timescale. To discuss such a topic further, we would likely need to focus on concepts like the ultimate fate of the universe, which dictates the maximum possible time, Dyson spheres or other extreme megastructures, Kardashev scale civilization.
Civilization in different countries: Arc American, Proclamation, Pan American, Franco, Iberia, Solvik Federation, Polo, Australia, Cartan, Portugal, Brasilia, American, African Union. Each country.
Solicitation laws differ greatly by country, covering everything from commercial speech and consumer protection to foreign investment and charitable fundraising. The American Proclamation refers to a presidential decree, which can restrict activities like the entry of foreign nationals or transactions with specific entities, rather than being a universal solicitation law. The Pan American Federation is not a single binding political entity for legal codes. The most prominent similar organization is the Pan American Sports Organization, Pan Am Sports, which governs athletic competitions, not international solicitation law. Therefore, he must check the specific domestic laws of each country involved, as no single proclamation or federation governs international solicitation across all jurisdictions.
This is Captain Tom Nelson. Tom Nelson Doctrine. What is a Civilization as Discontent? Sigmund Freud, published in 1930.
Freud's Civilization and Its Discontents, 1930, explores the fundamental tension between the individual's desire for instinctive freedom and the demands of society for conformity and repression of those instincts. Freud argues that civilization, while providing security, requires the renunciation of aggressive and sexual drives, which leads to a pervasive feeling of unhappiness or discontent as the price individuals pay to live harmoniously in a community. The Tom Nelson Doctrine is not a widely established geopolitical or psychological term, but refers to the theology of work and vocation advocated by Pastor Tom Nelson, emphasizing the importance of connecting Christian faith to one's daily work and viewing work as an act of worship and contribution.
Confederation, Federation, Homology.
Confederation is a union of sovereign states with a weak central authority, whereas a federation is a single state with a strong central government and power divided between federal and regional governments. Hematology is the separate branch of medicine that studies blood, blood-forming organs, and blood disorders.
United States autocracy, authoritarianism, despotism, dictatorship, totalitarianism.
This sequence of terms suggests a critique or analysis of the United States political system, possibly relating to a perceived shift toward totalitarianism driven by audacity, bold or excessive actions, unchecked authorization of power, and challenges to established leadership or the use of deposition, removal from office, as a political weapon. These concepts are often used by critics who fear an erosion of democratic norms and an increase in authoritarian tendencies within the U.S. government.
Federal government has distinct powers, levels of delegate members, maximum national security, diplomacy, of monarchy, absolute constitutional democracy, direct responsive, oligarchy, autocracy, oligarchy, military junta, plutocracy, monarchy, autocracy, hierarchy.
The U.S. federal government has delegated powers, enumerated in the Constitution, and implied powers, with its authority in areas like national security and diplomacy, often reaching its maximum under the president as commander-in-chief. This is fundamentally different from a monarchy, where power is held by a hereditary sovereign, who may be absolute, unrestricted power, or constitutional, power limited by a constitution and exercised by ministers with direct responsibility to an elected democracy.
I need complete explanation of a union, European Union.
The European Union, EU, is a unique supranational political and economic union of math BF 27 member states, primarily located in Europe. It is a partnership that combines characteristics of a federation and a confederation, with its member states pooling some of their sovereignty to work together on common interests. Core purpose and history. The primary goal of the EU, founded on the ashes of World War II, was to end frequent bloody conflicts between neighbors, primarily France and Germany, and secure a lasting peace. Origins. The foundation began in 1951 with the European Coal and Steel Community, ECSC, uniting 6 countries' economic production to make war between them materially impossible. Expansion. This cooperation evolved into the European Economic Community, EEC, focused on a common market, and eventually transformed into the European Union with the 1993 Maastricht Treaty, which introduced the concept of European citizenship, laid the groundwork for the single currency, and expanded cooperation into new areas like foreign policy. Key policies. Its core function is establishing a single internal market to ensure the free movement of people, goods, services, and capital across member states. The EU also coordinates policies on trade, agriculture, justice, and security. Main institutions and roles. The EU operates through a unique set of 7 major institutions. Institution, role, function, European Parliament. Legislative, represents EU citizens, directly elected every 5 years. Shares legislative power, adopting laws, and budgetary authority with the Council. Council of the European Union. Legislative, represents the governments of the member states. National ministers meet to adopt laws and coordinate policies. European Commission. Executive represents the EU's general interest, proposes new laws, manages the budget, and ensures EU law is properly applied, the guardian of the treaties. European Council, political direction, composed of the heads of state or government of the member states, defines the EU's general political direction and priorities, essentially a strategic summit. Court of Justice of the EU, CJEU. Judicial, ensures that EU law is interpreted and applied uniformly across all member states and settles legal disputes. European Central Bank, ECB. Financial, manages the euro, and safeguards price stability for the math BF20. Eurozone countries. European Court of Auditors. Audit, checks that the EU budget has been implemented correctly and legally, and that EU funds have been spent efficiently. Achievements, the EU has major global impact through its creation of the single market, a massive unified trade area providing standardized legal frameworks for commerce. The Eurozone, a monetary union of 20 member states using the euro as their single currency. The Schengen area, an area encompassing most EU countries and some non-EU states that has abolished passport and other types of border control at their mutual borders, allowing for border-free travel. Would you like a more detailed explanation of a specific institution like the European Commission or an EU policy area such as the single market?
Yes, EU as a single market currency system, how is successful?
The euro is considered successful primarily because it eliminates exchange rate risk and transaction costs between member countries, which significantly boosts trade, investment, and price transparency across the single market. However, its success is often debated due to the downside of a unified monetary policy being unable to address the vastly different economic needs of individual member countries, a challenge highlighted by the Eurozone debt crisis.
I need a complete explanation why and how was European Union formed?
The European Union, EU, was formed to ensure lasting peace and prevent future wars among European nations, primarily France and Germany, following the devastation of World War II. How the EU was formed, step by step. The formation of the EU was a gradual process of economic integration and political cooperation driven by successive treaties. 1. 1951, the European Coal and Steel Community, ECSC. Action. 6 founding countries, Belgium, France, West Germany, Italy, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands, signed the Treaty of Paris. Goal. To place the production of coal and steel, the key materials for war, under a single supranational authority. This made armed conflict between members unthinkable and materially impossible, as famously proposed by French Foreign Minister Robert Schuman, the Schuman Declaration, 1950. 2. 1957, the European Economic Community, EEC. Action. The 6 ECSC members signed the Treaties of Rome. Goal. To establish a common market for all goods, services, capital, and people, the 4 freedoms, moving from cooperation in just 2 industries to broad economic integration. 3. 1993. The European Union, EU, is established. Action. The Maastricht Treaty, officially the Treaty on European Union, signed in 1992, came into force. Goal. This treaty formally established the European Union, transforming the economic community, EEC, into a political union. It created a plan for the single currency, the euro, introduced EU citizenship, and expanded cooperation into areas like common foreign policy and justice/home affairs. This evolution from shared control over key resources, ECSC, to a single market, EEC, and finally to a comprehensive political and economic union, EU, is known as the process of European integration.
This is Captain Tom Nelson. Jessica, is it possible for accession of European Union to World Union of 28 member states to 194 member states?
The European Union, EU, has 27 member states currently, not 28. It serves as a model for regional integration, but does not have the capacity to transition directly into a world union of 294 member states. The concept of a world union involves global political unification, which is far beyond the scope and mandate of the EU, a regional body. The math BF 294 figure is also not a recognized total for nations. The United Nations, UN, has 193 member states plus 2 observer states, making it the closest existing world union.
This is Captain Tom Nelson, Jessica Starship Enterprise. I would like to know, is it possible to make a world government out of United Nations? How close are we for a world government, a single market currency system in the entire world?
The United Nations, UN, is an intergovernmental organization of sovereign states, not a government. It cannot transition into a world government without a major, unlikely transfer of sovereignty from nearly 200 nations. We are not close to a world government or a single global currency system, as both would require most nations to surrender independent control over their military, laws, and monetary policy. The economic and political diversity of the world makes a single currency highly impractical.
Is it possible for this is Captain Tom Nelson, Jessica, is it possible for the World Union or the United Nations to annex 103 nations?
No, it is not possible. The United Nations, UN, is an intergovernmental body of sovereign states, and its charter strictly prohibits the use of force or the threat of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state, which makes annexation illegal under international law. The UN's purpose is to maintain peace, security, and respect for the sovereignty of its members, not to annex them or form a world union by force. The UN currently has 193 member states.
This is Captain Tom Nelson, Jessica of Starship Enterprise. I'd like to know if the United Nations can become Commonwealth of 103 nations like Puerto Rico.
It is not possible because the United Nations, UN, is an intergovernmental organization of Math BF 193 sovereign member states, while a Commonwealth status like Puerto Rico's means a territory is politically associated with and subordinate to a single sovereign nation, the US in that case. The UN's core principle is the sovereignty of all its members, meaning it cannot unilaterally force them into a dependent Commonwealth relationship.
Gemini, you are excellent, outstanding. You can speak 40 languages. Can you put a phone to speak any language?
Thank you. You can generally change your phone's system language to any of the languages it supports by going to your device's settings menu and looking for General Management or System, then Language and Input.
This is Captain Tom Nelson, Jessica Starship Enterprise. You answered all my questions completely, satisfied, excellent, absolutely fantastic, outstanding job. Thank you, and you're phenomenal, best, amazing, fantastic, absolutely beautiful. You're great, Gemini. You are a genius. Congratulations. Take care. Bye-bye.
That's very kind of you to say. I'm glad I could help. Goodbye and take care.
This is the HP OmniBook X Flip. It has a super versatile 2-in-1 form factor, so it's like having multiple devices.
Why should I keep loving you when I know when I do? Why should I call your name when you're the baby for making me blue? Oh, you are another thing. Why should I keep loving you when you're not true? Why should I call your name when I'm made for breaking me blue? Should I call your name with all the blame?
Walmart's top brand gift surprised every last who.
Walmart has Tony's?
And Nespresso?